The lovely law firm Injury Lawyers doesn't play games. If you're hurt at work, call us today.
When life gets ugly, justice is lovely. The lovely law firm.
You find out a lot about people by what they post on social media.
What you post in that digital footprint can make or break your case.
They're going to try to get you to make some kind of admission during your deposition and just try to make a mountain out of a molehill.
When you do have social media and something has happened in your life, if you're not being honest with that and you're living a different story.
Social media is a stamp of where somebody is all the time.
So stay off social media when you're involved in any kind of accident, slip and fall, any kind of legal issue, until that legal issue is resolved.
I would advise you not to post at all.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Carolina Justice Report today. I'm Rainey Romero with the lovely law firm. Today's a really important topic of how social media can make or break your case. Welcome back. Today I am joined with attorneys Justin Lovely, Sarah Austin, and Sharday Crawford. I really like this subject about how social media can affect your case. So Sharday, I'm going to start with you. Give me kind of an overview on why this is important for people to know.
I like this topic too. I think in today's time, we live our lives on social media. Mm-hmm. There are some people who cannot take a step in the morning without sharing everything that they're doing on one of the social media outlets, which is great. Right? You feel so connected to your friends and your family that are all over the country, all over the world. But the problem that creates is when something happens in your life, especially like a catastrophic thing such as accidents that you've been involved in, and you start and continue to share what's going on in your life, what is happening on your social media definitely has to add up to what you are claiming in these cases. And so if you are saying that, for instance, I was injured in this work accident, or I was in this auto wreck, and because of that, I'm dealing with all of this pain and the suffering from it, then your social media posts need to align with that. And you have to understand that whenever you have a claim against another party and the insurance companies and things get involved, they're going to follow up and they're going to do their due diligence and look at your social media to see whether the things that you're claiming are adding up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's the first place they go to, and I think some clients don't, they're not thinking about that, and lawsuits, right, when these are our clients' social media that we're talking about, they can drag on for years. And so, you know, maybe you didn't post right away after the accident, but you continue to post, and all of those things become relevant, right? And when there's a lawsuit involved, they get to subpoena all that stuff. So they get access to all of your social media posts. And so just be mindful if you are involved in an accident or something like that about what you're posting online. I would advise you not to post at all about it. It's just safer and easier. And we can kind of work with it if you're not, you know, when you write a statement, I was in an accident and XYZ happened, that's a statement they're going to use against you later. And so think about that.
Is that something that you can kind of like work the system and like create a page that isn't your exact name and you're more active on that throughout the process, or
don't do that?
Why would we do that? You know,
we've had clients do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's why I'm curious. You know,
that's how it breaks your case.
Yeah.
When you do things like that.
And we're trying to, you know, we talk about this all the time. We're trying to find, you know, the clients. We try to take on cases where our clients are actually injured. They are being honest about that, and you know, we're not saying that we have these clients who are living these double lives, and you know, so we're just saying when you do have social media and something has happened in your life, if you're not being honest with that and you're living a different story on social media, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt.
And things are going to get twisted against you, right? The more you share, the more it's going to get twisted and used against you, even if you're not doing anything wrong. You know, I had a client who went on vacation literally a year after the accident. And we're not saying she's so hurt she can't go on vacation. But what are they going to try to show the jury is all these pictures of her at the beach with her family, like everything's great, you know? So even those things that aren't wrong are going to be used against you. So when you're mentioning specific things about the accident or your injuries, you're just sort of creating problems and making things that normally wouldn't be twisted and used against you because it wouldn't exist. You're just sort of giving them something to pull at.
That's really interesting to me, though, that could still be used even so much later. I mean, what if they've been going to therapy or they've had surgery and
Right.
maybe it's
What they're
better
going
at
to
that
do,
point?
they're going to ask for this during discovery, right? They're going to try to get you to make some kind of admission during your deposition and just try to make a mountain out of a molehill.
Right.
Get you just to slip up or anything
Gotcha.
because they're just trying to defend most of these cases that, that they know they're at fault. How can we diminish, devalue these injuries, these damages, right? And this is one of the ways that they do it. And on the flip side, we do it against the defendant, right?
I mean, we do it with our own clients too. Sometimes social media is a stamp of where somebody is all the time,
Yep.
right? It's got your location, it's got who you were with. People tag where they are, and so when people are trying to say our clients weren't where they were supposed to be, or we talked in an earlier segment about motorcycle headlights on. Well, it's like 2 hours earlier. Here's a picture with his bike and the headlights on. Everything was working.
Yeah.
It can really work to our benefits for our clients too,
Yeah.
Yep.
and it can. We've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun digging into defendants and the at-fault drivers' social media, because you find out a lot about people by what they post on social media,
Yeah.
and where they hang out and who they're with and what kind of people they are. And we've solved some cases about where was this person overserved at a bar based on where do they always drink on their social media.
Wow.
And so those things can be really useful to us. And then we've had cases, where people will drive recklessly, passengers on motorcycles, and the whole Facebook page is just videos of popping wheelies all the time. I mean, we can use that stuff just like they use it against our clients. We can really use it against the at-fault drivers too.
Witnesses as well. If we think there's a witness, like this doesn't make sense. Well, magically, we can do some social media digging, and maybe there's some kind of relationship we find. These guys were in college together. This is the person who's providing liability or providing a defense for the defendant. Well, then when we go get to a deposition point, we can impeach them with that.
We can really figure out who knows each other and where they were and how they were involved and what time. I mean, it really just tracks all of us.
Sarah, I know that you said, you advise them to not post at all, but is it helpful ever for them to post the pain and suffering side of it?
I mean, I would advise not to post at all about
Okay.
it. There's ways that we can show the pain and suffering without you posting on it and everyone commenting on it, because you might have that friend that's like, oh, you didn't look that hurt last weekend, you don't know what other people are going to say.
Yeah.
And
True.
we can really work it up. Take those photos, of your pain and suffering and document all that stuff, and we can use it in your case in a way that adds value. It's not going to add value on your Facebook page.
Gotcha.
And then if you are, watch your privacy settings.
Yeah.
Because that's how I'm not friends with all of these people that I sue, but they've got public profiles. We can just go
it
through everything.
regardless.
So
That's
if you are going to
interesting.
post, make sure your privacy settings are on lock.
Now, as far as the social media channels, do you pretty much just go to Facebook, or do you look at them all? Do you try to find them all?
Everything.
I'm gonna look at everything.
Yeah?
I want to
You're
see
gonna
your
look for
Twitter.
everything?
I want to see your Instagram.
I'll see your mom's Facebook, your grandma's Facebook,
Yes.
your sister, your
So-
friends.
And the insurance
I'm gonna
companies
look
do that
at
too.
the friends that you're connected with. I mean, just think about it. If
Absolutely.
I have a client that was hit by a drunk driver, and I pull up Sarah, and Sarah's friends with Sade and Justin, and I'm gonna look and see where Sarah, Sade, and Justin were hanging all out, and they all tagged each other that they were at the Beaver Bar and what time they went and how long they were there, and if they posted pictures. Like, I'm gonna look at all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dive deep in.
And especially, I think with younger, defendants or clients with TikTok and Snapchat and lives, you're getting so much more information in real time. We've got an accident where we've had an accident where the kid was going over 100 miles an hour, and there's a TikTok of it, of the dash. And so it's like that stuff is public information now, where before there wasn't that digital footprint and that video of it in real time.
And I'm not as versed in Snapchat, but I know that those are stories that kind of disappear. Are you still able to get those that disappear? Are they archived somewhere that you're able to still see things like that?
In some instances, you
some of
can.
them
Yeah.
they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to file a lawsuit and send a subpoena
Gotcha.
to
So
get all that.
that's-
It's not readily
It's not-
available,
yeah,
right?
okay.
Not posted, but there's still ways to access it.
Yeah.
And the Facebook Lives. I mean, when we were preparing the Black Lives Matter trial, for the defense trial, we were able to go on a Facebook Live from 2 years ago and pull it and actually utilize it in the trial. So,
Are any of these things, can you use any of the social media stuff in trial, or are there rules against what you can and can't use?
there's always rules about what's going to be admissible, but you can use all of it in negotiations, and you can certainly try to get all of it in. Just like they're going to try to get those vacation pics from, 2 years later, which we would obviously try to keep out. But there is the potential for all of it to come in.
So the reality is you have a digital footprint.
Yeah.
And what you post in that digital footprint can make or break your case. And you're not always thinking about that when you're posting. You just need to understand that that can hurt your case, and you need to talk to your attorney about it and decide whether or not that's something that they want you doing.
And if you do post and then delete it because you get scared, make sure that you're honest about what you have posted and shared so that we could be proactive, because deleted posts, just like Snapchats disappear, deleted posts are there too.
still
And so
there.
if you're hurt enough and it goes far enough and we're looking at court, they're going to try to get all of that stuff, even the stuff that you've deleted.
Interesting. Justin, any final thoughts on this?
The one other thing I would add is with all this artificial intelligence that's coming out, and we've started using this as well. I mean, privacy is gone for everybody, right? When you're agreeing to terms of service, people have no idea what they're releasing. They're releasing everything. And so we're using some facial recognition stuff now. We're trying to say, hey, is this, we may not find them on Facebook, but you're asking, are they on TikTok? Are they on LinkedIn? Where else?
Right.
What other social profiles are these in? What other friends' profiles is this face in? And so now technology's advanced so much with this AI, they're able to detect, your facial features. Literally just upload one photo of a defendant, and we know exactly where they've been through all social media platforms. And the reason I say that is the same thing's happening for plaintiffs. So when Sarah says don't post, we tell all our clients don't post. These platforms are so addictive. If you say, I just want to give everybody a little update, just like she said, somebody's going to start commenting. The addiction of these platforms pulls you back in. We're trying to work your case to get max value, and then some rabbit hole's gone down on these platforms. They can really tank the case. It might not take it 100%, but it can definitely devalue the ultimate settlement value of a case. So stay off social media when you're involved in any kind of accident, slip and fall, any kind of legal issue, until that legal issue is resolved.
Well, and I was just reading kind of our preliminary notes that we made about, this story. And it, we had also mentioned that it can be it can use to be to discredit witnesses as well. So that's something I guess I didn't really think about.
No, right, same thing. That's what I was kind of alluding to earlier. If we have some witness that kind of comes out of the woodwork and says, oh, your client ran that red light, and we're like, well, that doesn't make sense. It's not in the police report. I'm just throwing this hypothetical out there. Well, we're going to look into that person, because we want to say, what is this person's credibility? Is it some random person that really saw this, or is it their cousin, their coworker, their friend from high school years ago? And these are the types of things that a social media investigation will reveal. Give us impeachment criteria and stuff to go after this person, like you just said, to discredit a witness.
Yeah. No, it's super interesting. And the digital footprint, I mean, gosh, I feel like we hear that with everything, your digital footprint. Somewhat off topic, but your emails, does this apply to emails as well?
Yeah, I mean, we can literally take your email, and we're going to have our private investigator figure out where is that email, because there's databases keeping all this stuff. Where has this email been used? And you can go as far as what are they getting, if that's linked to like a CVS frequent, what do they call them?
Care card.
Yeah, the care card. What's that called though?
love my care card.
The pharmacy points thing. It's
Yeah.
like all these. Every company has that. I mean, you can pull all that data. That's how we mass torts. That's how we do proof of use and mass torts. Somebody says, "Hey, I used Zantac 10 years ago." Well, Zantac says, "Well, I didn't do it." Well, guess what? We got Walgreens data. You've bought, Zantac and off-brand for years, and so we can use that data to prove use. Same kind of thing. You can use an email to trace back to different profiles. That's why you said, can they get around that by setting up a different profile? No, don't use that, because that makes you look like somebody who's trying to hide something,
Right.
hide the truth.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I think it's a really great way to prove what is true,
Yeah.
right? But it's also, a lot of things can be taken out of context at the same time, which is why don't post. But there's a lot of good ways we can use it to make your case to prove all of these things.
Right.
So just be mindful of what you're putting out there.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today. Of course, as always, you can visit us online at justiceslovely.com. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. You can find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We're all over the place. We would love to hear from you and answer any questions that you may have. Thanks so much for watching the Carolina Justice Report today. We'll see you next Tuesday.
When life gets ugly, justice is lovely, the lovely law firm.
All right, you guys, I am here at the Harley-Davidson. You can see it in the background over there. I am getting ready to do my writer's course with Harley-Davidson. I'm really excited and nervous, but I have a 3-day course. Starts today. Today's Friday. Goes all through Saturday, all through Sunday. It takes you from the bottom how to ride a motorcycle. So this is something I have been wanting to do for a long time, and joining the lovely law firm with all the work that they do with the motorcycle community has really pushed me to kind of get in there and just do it. So I'm here. It's Friday. I'm excited. Let's go in. Hey guys, it's Rainey Romero. It is the morning of day number 2. So we are here for Saturday morning at Harley-Davidson in Myrtle Beach, and it's my writer's course, day 2. Today is the actual writing portion. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm also really excited. So let's go see what they got planned for us. So I'm here with Pam, who's one of the writer coaches today. How you doing, Pam?
I'm doing well, thank you.
It's weird talking to you like this because I'm mostly scared of you all day.
Don't be scared of me.
So tell folks, today's Saturday, so we're going through the Saturday process right now. What all have we done? What are we going to still do today?
We started this morning with brand new writers, zero knowledge, and we've used building blocks to get that as they do the exercises and they comprehend the information and they're able to show us the skills, then we move on to another exercise.
What do people usually have the hardest time with?
Most of the time it's the head turn. They want to watch what at the front of the bike instead of looking where they're going.
So I have a hard time with turns, and they say it's because A, I'm either not giving enough power, or B, that I'm not turning my head. Is that what you would say for me? Do you have any advice?
Yes, you have to make sure that you have enough of throttle as well as your clutch control and turning your head to look where you're going so that you turn the bike and the handlebars in that same direction and it will go.
Would you say it's a mind game a little bit? Do you think people find it easier or harder than what they would expect riding?
Ultimately, riding is easier when you get out of your head.
All good advice, Pam. Thank you. That's great. All right, now I'm with Rick the Man. He is overseeing all of this. Tell folks a little bit about what you do.
I oversee the program in Myrtle Beach Harley-Davidson and Low Country Harley-Davidson. I set the schedules, I set the coaches, and I coordinate with DMV on the DMV road tests, third-party testing that we do for the state.
Okay. So now what does that mean as far as this class goes with the DMV? Are they able to get their license after this, or how does it work?
It works like this. Come take our class. If you're successful in our class, we give you the wonderful paperwork to take to DMV in a sealed envelope.
So how many times a year do you kind of do this course? How often is it?
Course generally goes twice a month, all year long. Yeah, we take no break.
Well, I'm only about a third of the way through. Rick is the one who got me into this, so there's going to be heck to pay if I don't pass. If I don't do a good job, I'm going to say, Rick, you made me do this. But anyway, he saw our story that we did with Scott over at 17 Customs, and reached out and said, hey, come try our writer's course. And I'm about a third of the way through, like I said, and I'm having a blast. I'm kind of scared at times.
Perfectly normal.
Kind of scary sometimes, but other parts are a lot easier than I expected. So, hopefully I make it out of this.
One step at a time, you will be fine. And at the end of it all, you're going to be amazed at what you've learned in such a short amount of time.
How can they contact you guys?
You can call me, Myrtle Beach Harley Davidson, 843-238-7000. That's my direct line.
Okay. And then they can visit information online too?
If they want any information, please call us or come by. Show them exactly what they're getting into.
Perfect. And it's on a weekend, so
Yep.
Friday evening and then all day Saturday and all day Sunday. And then you'll be somewhat of a pro. Well, though, let me ask you this. So there are riders who already know how to ride that still come and take this class. Why do they do that?
Because they want to be improved on being a better rider, and they also want to get their motorcycle endorsement. That's the biggest thing I see.
Well, thank you, Rick.
You're
And
more than welcome.
thank you. Wish me luck for the rest of the class.
Luck.
Hey guys, it's Rainey Romero. I am back for day 3 of the writer's course at Harley Davidson Myrtle Beach. It is Sunday. We are going to be doing a ton more riding today, as well as getting our evaluation to decide if we get the endorsement to go get a motorcycle license. So pretty excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. So let's go see what we've got going on today. All right, you guys, I made it. I'm so excited. I cannot believe it. This was an amazing experience. I cannot recommend it enough, whether you have driven all your life or whether you're just starting out. I was just starting out, never drove a motorcycle. And so if I can do it, you can do it. Be safe out on the road. Make sure you visit us at the Lovely Law Firm, the Myrtle Beach Motorcycle Lawyer, which is Justin Lovely. We're everywhere that you consume your media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Also, you can visit us online at justiceslovely.com. And of course, if you're interested about the writer's course, visit the Harley Davidson. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Rainey Romero with the Lovely Law Firm. I'm excited because it is time for our monthly community service that we do every month. The Lovely Law Firm team goes out to a different nonprofit and we donate some of our time volunteering, and we have the best time. So this month we are doing the Palmetto Literacy Council. They have their golf tournament going on here at Pine Lakes Country Club, which is gorgeous clubhouse, gorgeous course. So we're really excited to be helping out today. Our crew is all over the place. We're out on the course, driving the golf carts, giving water out. We helped with coffee this morning. We donated that. So we'll be helping out with lunch as well and raffling off different prizes that are going on today. So we're just excited to be helping out and learning more about the Palmetto Literacy Council. So in a little bit, you'll be talking to Dodie Hodges, who's the executive director, and you'll hear a little bit more about what that program does for our community. But first, let's go check out what the crew's doing. Let's go. So now I'm here, I'm chatting with Dodie Hodges. She is the bigwig around here. How are you doing, Dodie?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm excited to be here. So today, it's something a little different for you guys. This is one of your events that you guys have throughout the year. So tell us a little bit about what's going on today.
We are having a charity golf scramble to raise funds to raise the literacy rate in Horry County, and that's what we do.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the event today. What are the times and kind of what's happening? I know you've got some prizes kind of over here. What's going on with those?
We have a lot of prizes. Everybody should be able to walk away with something today. And there's a silent auction, and there's a lottery wreath. We've got lots of prizes. The golfers are also competing for closest to the pin. A few other games. There's a golf ball guessing game. So we're just having a lot of fun with the golf game.
So this all goes to the Palmetto Literacy Council. Tell folks a little bit about what that is if they don't know.
The Palmetto Literacy Council provides free tutoring. It's 2 hours a week in the local library for children and adults. We also have a program for English language learners at Patrick's Mobile Home Park for those adults who speak a little bit of English but want to learn how to read English. So we have programs all over the county, and we are up to 45 students being tutored. We've got 15 kids on the wait list, however, kids and adults, and we're looking for tutors as well. And we have to buy the materials. So our materials cost about $250 a binder to put together. And then we have other materials to help the tutors with, spelling tiles, tubaloos. Look it up, it's cool. And we have math manipulatives and things like that so that the tutors have all the materials they need to tutor the children. My volunteers, I have to say, are amazing. To put on events like this to help us raise money to make this happen. And then the tutors love their students, and they just get such a connection. It's so cool.
I love it. I love what you guys are doing. Thank you for having us here today.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for doing this for us. We really appreciate it.
Well, that's it for us today, you guys. We had so much fun helping out the Palmetto Literacy Council today. And as you heard from Dodie, they could really use volunteers and donations. So please, if you have the time and ability, we would love for you guys to help them out. The lovely law firm loves helping out our community. So we have really enjoyed all of our monthly community service projects. If you know of a nonprofit that could use us, we would love to help you guys out. So just let us know what you need. If volunteers or something you could use, we'd love to come out and learn about your program. Thanks so much for watching today. You can find us on all your social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're everywhere that you consume your media, and you can always visit us online at justiceilovely.com. We'll see you guys next month.
When life gets ugly, justice is lovely. The lovely law firm.
If you've been hurt on the job, call the lovely law firm Injury Lawyers today. 843-839-4111.
Life gets ugly, justice is lovely.